go. Oh my, we dey ball hard like he drove out. We going up, never go down. And we stay fly, never sober. Yeah, pull up in the Rover. Make the girl them wanna go mad. Pull up in the G-Waggy, oh my. Make a girlfriend wanna follow back. Oh, yeah. If I no get a go borrow anything for my baby, oh. She know they make her worry, oh. Now you they give me body, oh. You show me love, I never know. You make my heart go ting-a-ling-a-ling. Me not go fit to let go. Girl, I wanna put it on you. Yeah.
Good evening, and welcome to your favorite show. Today, I'm taking over. Dorothy is taking over. We are live from MX24 Studios in East Legon. You know the show is interactive. Then welcome you to the show. Welcome to the guests. Welcome to the dish. My name is Dorothy. Wow. You see, today we're going to have fun. Let me remind you that the show is interactive. We're going to have so much fun on the show today. If you have any comments or any reactions or any opinions on the topic we're going to discuss today, please do well to send it to us, and I'll read it here. The number is on your screen. But first, before we get into the serious business for today, let me allow DJ Wallpaper to do his thing. When he comes back, or when we come back, I will introduce you to our guest on the show. My name is Dorothy, yes, and I'm sitting in for my lovely friend, Uforiwa. We'll be right back.
Security!
Say I. If I did double my hustle, no mean say I go die. If I did damn fresh, no mean say I did lie. Cause I did try do the things where you know go fit to fine, and you know go fit to fine. Cause I don't wanna be with you, having fun time with these girls, but I just wanna be with you, doing everything for the gang, but I just wanna fight for you. I'm riding in my new escape, my gun is on the rock, oh, pretty wild, pretty, J-So, Kaka, take it. Now, you know what time it is. I'm ready to be bomb, ready. One, check it. Now. Bogasi baby nine time kana kulen kamu bohu ne sama no ne koda ye phone kire o te Ghana pama diga nya busika ne nya bedi we nya koda hu baby da babuga sika no be ya pade be sa wo be e kutu wan sa chide ni pana koso
Thank
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm nervous, trust me. But we'll go do this thing.
You'll do fine.
We'll go do
Yes, I
one.
know.
We'll go run out. So my next guest is Alex. I know we've been here back to back, you know, having a good time. But today, I'm the host, and today she's my guest. So let's welcome Alex on the show.
Tell you what happened. You sing the mix. Brian, you have the baby, yeah? Yes, say as it. Hey, man, come in and mix Rangelina, say yes, I'll get any muka waka. I don't want pata pata, and pay you this empty no. Say me to me, man, come in and mix Rangelina, say yes, I'll get any move up. I don't want pata pata, and pay you this empty no. Say me to me, Angelina, come at
This was fast. Matrix, shroom. How are you, Alex?
I'm fine, thank you. Dorothy, you look lovely.
Thank you. I
So
said
do
today
you.
I'm in the hot seat. Today I'm in the hot seat. You guys-
How does it feel?
No, I'm never. Like my heart is doing.
You look good and you're doing amazing.
Thank you so much, ladies. So, how have you been? Everything fine?
Are we doing Kozo tonight?
Where?
Kozo.
No.
She really wants to
No.
go to Kozo.
No.
So we're doing it today.
Okay, so before we get into the conversation, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into serious business.
Have you ever wanted a fun day out with your family without compromising on the experience? This Easter Monday, families, church groups, corporate brands, music brands, choirs, get ready for the biggest Jolly Jamboree experience as Jeanette Services presents the maiden edition of Family Fest. It's going to be a day of captivating entertainment, music, fashion, games, and food with lots of musical performances by Joe Mettil, Celestine Donko, Akese Brimpong, and many more. Date Monday, 18th of April 2022. Venue Enclave Gardens, East Legon, 10 a.m. sharp. Rate 50 cedis for adults and 20 for kids, plus free giveaways. For family packages, ticket reservations, sponsorship, and stands, call 0248 810 396. This event is powered by 33.19, official media partner, MX24 TV.
Welcome back, and this is the Day Show. We are moving straight to our first story for tonight, and today the topic or the story is on recognition beyond music. So a member of the winners of the National Science and Maths Quiz recently reported that you know, one of the members have gained like admission to 14 universities in the US. And of course, it's a good thing. Everybody's, we're all proud of him. The family is proud and everything. But as citizens, are we saying like, we often think people leaving their mark on the global scale, the person needs to come from the arts or the arts field. Like right now, it's like academics in the intro. What do you think? Is this something that is good or something that is bad?
I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. I just feel like people are just being recognized because there used to be a stereotype around, oh, you want to go into art. If you are not doing something professional, then it's like you're not doing anything with your life. Oh, dear, grubby.
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
Okay.
We are just appreciating this part of the structure of society more. But it's a good thing. This recognition in the academic field. It's good to see. It means we still have people who are very intellectual and they are pushing in that field. It's a nice thing.
But Alex, do you think we are shifting the light from that thing? You know, back in the day when you are a doctor and you're a lawyer, you're celebrated. But it looks like right now, like we are defining, we are confining ourselves to, those talents in the arts. Like now, anything you want to hear, anything we want to hear, it looks like it has to be music. It has to be somebody topping the charts. Something that has to do with maybe like what this young boy gaining admission to 14 university. It looks like right now we are downplaying it. Is it something that you think is a problem for us as a country?
I think that for people in that field, they do get recognized. It's just that if you're not interested, you will seek out that information. But I think it's a good thing that if there was a shift in terms of where the recognition came from, that now we are trying to find the balance. Academics plays a role in our society, and so to have that be something that it looks like we have neglected is not a true reflection of our society and what we believe in. So if this young boy has gained admission and is making rounds all over the place, then I think that we are beginning to go back to where we shouldn't have left at all. But I think for those in the field, they do get recognized enough. There are so many Ghanaians who are doing amazing things. Even this girl that said, my hair, it don't move.
Don't move, yeah.
The guy who operated on her is a Ghanaian.
Yeah,
true. He was a Ghanaian surgeon. We made so much noise about him when we found out that the guy was Ghanaian. So I don't think that there's been any real change. I just think that we should do more to encourage people so they would enjoy being in school.
So thinking of, talking about we doing more, are you thinking like, or do you think the media has a role to play in this? Like,
absolutely.
It depends like the way,
yeah, I think,
they are not making much noise about these things. So
I think you do have a point when you put it on the media, because there's so much that the media can do, but because now they're looking for views and clickbaits and all, it looks like the focus is on the entertainment, the scandals, the controversial issues, rather than focusing on these good pieces of information that encourage all of us really to try and work harder. So,
and I also feel like we are drawn to the entertainment aspect of society because it looks flamboyant. I mean, somebody's going to see sitting here and be like, oh, I want to be a host someday. She looks pretty. But even for you to get here, you had to go to school. You need to take your academics seriously for you to be presentable. I've always said that academia has a lot to do for you as a person. It shapes the way you think. It shapes how you carry yourself. Because you're educated, you would be confident when you enter certain circles. You know that, okay, I didn't get here. Even if my pretty face brought me here, my brains have to keep me. So we need young people to know these things and know that in as much as you want to do other things, first make sure that you have a strong academic background. It's very important.
Yes, and I think back in the day, we paid no attention to music and dance or anything has to do with art. I mean, I remember telling my mom that I wanted to be an actress, and it's true, bro, you mom, because as at that time, as at that time, how am I going to be an actress? Like, there's no path or there's no roadmap, nothing. From school, where do you go to? But as to you being a lawyer or being a doctor, at least you're going to school, you're going to write these exams, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. So they can clearly see how you can become a doctor, but you couldn't see that. So I'm thinking that it's not an imbalance. There was a time where we're talking about lawyers, we're talking about doctors, and we're not paying attention to dancers, we're not paying attention to actors. So I think it's a shift. And if it's their time, let them enjoy. Yeah, but do you think the shift will move to something else? And if it should move, where do you think it should move?
We don't have a lot of professionals, media professionals in the space anymore. And I think a big part of the problem is that. So you realize there's a lot of frivolous news in the system. And then the frivolous news is being consumed by the next generation. That's what is happening. So I feel like Bibi Bessasan, Ofi,
the media, they set the agenda.
They set the agenda.
Where do you think our next? What thing will we be looking at? We're looking at academia, we move to arts. Do you think there's going to be a shift?
I'm even surprised that we are... Ghana, I feel like we are really behind on so many things. Now, how we are going to catch up is another thing. I feel like we'll be here for some time. Kakra, we'll be here for some time, and then we'll shift to something. Maybe politics or... I don't know. Social activism.
Yeah, but I think for politics we are there already because we have really young people who are very interested. That's why we have this university. We have something called the tent or something, NPP, something.
TESCON and
so you think the shift will be to politics? Maybe young people joining politics?
Because we want change. I know change will begin from
I feel like that is the next big thing. That's
in the next 10, 20 years. I feel like we're scared to do anything that has to...
I know young people who are crazy about politics.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
because we are not happy with the way we are being governed,
Okay.
and we want to. The change begins from us.
Okay.
So the next generation is the future. So, and I also feel like with this whole academia thing, people who are in the creative space, who have other professions such as lawyers, we have doctors who are acting and all that, or they are doing content creation on YouTube, and they should also let people know that, oh, this is what I do aside there, so people would know that, oh, you can find a balance, you know.
Yeah, I actually think that would be I mean, it was a wave in Ghana the last 2 years during COVID, where we had content creators making waves all over, and I feel like it's gone down a bit, but I also see it picking up soon.
Yes,
but
because of TikTok.
Are they all not part of the arts world? Are they all not
They are part of the arts anyway.
Yeah, they are part of the world. So let's move on to our next discussion, and it has to do with inflation. And wow, the government has been updating, citizens regularly on the economic situation as it pertains to cost inflation. Something on social media users have taken to lamenting about the way there's no money in the system and all that, and prices are on the high, salaries aren't increasing, payment delays are more current now. You can work for 3 months and you're not seeing anything. So now my question is, what personal impact is the state of the economy currently having on you?
Hey, I'm a camera.
Yesterday
I was going to buy a tin of milk,
Wow.
pink milk. I was buying it for 24 cedis, like 2 months ago. And then I saw my mom married to be 55 cedis. I dropped this on the floor. The shock just overtook me.
That's a lot.
The news hit me like cold butter.
Wow.
I just dropped the tin of milk on the floor. I was shocked. And then I saw my mom sachets in 40. Hey! In this economy, I cannot date. I cannot look.
Because we can't afford to buy gifts.
Out the window.
Out of the window.
Hustling, grinding.
I know, right?
And no.
Nothing.
No impacts, no. I am feeling it.
You're feeling it.
I'm feeling it. The money we spend on fuel, my God, is astronomical. No, let me not even say fuel, transportation.
Yeah.
Me kiosk, what you win first, now what you maintain CDs. The last time I went, you said 25. It's the same kiosk. It is the same
money
kiosk.
is out.
Yeah. First, now 10 CDs, now 25 CDs.
Wow.
I mean,
and they'll tell
crazy,
they'll tell you the dollar is high.
Okay.
But we live in Ghana.
Which
dollar is high? Before I come to you, Bridget, superstar. Talk to me. I said, "Call me why is doing."
Today, I'm very, very under the weather.
Oh, what happened?
Handicap.
Flora is not here for me to disturb.
I know, right? We miss her.
So my words are just running in my head.
No target.
Yeah, talk to me.
See,
are you feeling the impact?
See,
that's all balling. Aren't you balling?
Are you feeling the impact?
Balling. They've increased the price of beer.
To what?
Share. They've added like 1 CD 50 pesos.
Wow.
Pay.
So your concern is on the beer?
My people story.
No. If beer is one of the commodities that hardly gets increase in price. It has been 5 CD that is the beer.
That means we're in trouble.
Wow.
I'm on some things. Right now, when you go out, you buy your first drink, you go to the washroom, you check your balance.
You have to check,
how many more can I go?
So you're feeling
Go
that?
the second round, you go and check your balance. If you do mistake,
right?
you start working at the pub to pay the bills. Last weekend, I think when I was starting the week, I was like, let me just fill the tank so at least I don't make stops to buy fuel. I know initially when I buy somewhere around 270, I am okay. So I get there, the guy like, oh, what time? So fill the tank, man. So I was on my phone. I realized, I said, time me up at home. So I watched the thing. I was like, hey,
300.
we're around 350.
Hey!
Wow.
We ended at 400. I told him a year.
And it wasn't full.
And yeah, man, a year.
Wow.
Wow. It didn't feel.
It wasn't full.
1.6 liter engine.
Wow.
Bridget.
For me, I feel like
Thank you.
what I am the most surprised at is water.
Water, okay.
Water is basic. We have how do you call the fountains and everything. Why can't we buy water? Pure water is 40 pesos. So it means that somebody who cannot afford bottled water cannot even buy pure water these days. So what do they expect us to do?
Let me step in. Water is not about the water. It's the processing.
The production, eh?
Yes, the water, they get it very,
So
very...
40
But
cities more, yeah.
still,
Oh, me, I don't agree to the
Right now,
price,
their
but the price
kidney
of water
stones galore
doesn't depend
because
on the water.
yeah.
It depends on
Dehydration.
transporting, processing, your yearly license. That is what increases the price of water. Now, in Sonankasa, you do a bria.
And so the government system randomize you control 40 pesos for one bag of water.
it's the
As
processing
I
and
started
everything.
5 pesos, 40 pesos. Then in 2040,
I think we should go back to those days where they
cities.
carry the buckets, they put ice block in it, and then they hold cups.
Ah,
Let's
that
go
works.
because, yeah.
Dorothy,
so- So this brings back to my next question. Okay, so do you believe the government is actually doing something about our current
Absolutely not.
situation
No, they are not.
as a nation?
Absolutely not. They don't care.
Why?
It's very
Why would
obvious.
you say that?
It's very obvious they don't care because even their reaction towards the e-levy has given me an indication that they don't have any kind of sympathy for the Ghanaian. They don't care, and I don't know why we keep on voting for them, to be honest. They don't care. They haven't demonstrated in any single way across board that they care about the average Ghanaian. But why would they care when we are paying for their food? Why would they care when we are paying for their
They're
wardrobe?
not feeling what we are feeling.
They are not feeling it. We
They're
have
not
shown them
feeling.
that they are above us because we sponsor their lifestyle. Then they come and sit on TV and talk anyhow to us.
Aye.
Your taxes are taking care of them.
Bas both.
See,
Give them.
when they started with this price increase and yama, some of the things that should have gone were their privileges.
Yeah.
But
Exactly. I've always
this
said that.
e-levy was orchestrated so that they can continue to live their lavish lifestyles. I even heard that there were some ministers that had parties. When they passed this e-levy, I don't even know if it's constitutional. I don't even know if it's constitutional. So if you tell me that this government is thinking how they can make Ghana better, it's a lie.
Do you think they are
We are-
doing
we
things
are
to help
doomed.
us?
I
Are you
don't
sure?
think so.
I
Absolutely
don't
not.
believe
Just like you said, they don't care because end of the day, you buy four for them, you sponsor them and their side chicks.
They are per diem.
Everything. I feel like if they're really helping or they are doing anything to make the situation better, the first thing that should go should be those privileges that they have because it means that you also want the country you live in to get better.
Yeah.
But they don't care because at the end of the day they have money to do whatever they want, go to all the fancy trips and whatever. But this money's not coming from their pockets. They are increasing taxes every day, but they don't pay some of the tax.
Okay.
Now the average Ghanaian, how much am I earning? I'm not earning so much. Salaries will not go up when prices of things go up, and you still expect me, like I said, e-levy, they showed no sympathy whatsoever. You're asking me to pay e-levy, from which money? I already cannot feed myself. How am I going to pay e-levy? They're not thinking about where we are going to get this money from. You've not done anything or even provided jobs, nothing to make sure that I would be able to earn this money. We forget that people are saying, oh, don't complain because outside the country people are paying that much, but they have good economy. They have
Good institutions.
Yes,
It works.
they've put things
Social
together
welfare,
for them to.
it's a big deal in all of these countries. So if when
We
you
don't
can't,
have that, so you can't
they'll give you
compare us.
coupons. You know, the government comes in. In this country, which government is coming in? What's Warrior Free SHS? They've destroyed the educational system. And they trying to tell you that they are doing something good. This government doesn't, this particular government, they don't care.
Hi.
I don't even know why they are still here. They really do not care.
Superstar. Oh, paper. What's up?
I don't like talking about politics.
Why? Oh, but Ghana
Because I
is your
feel it
land.
goes-
You
it
need to
goes
say
from-
something.
It goes from bad to worse to west, then going.
Yeah.
Each government that comes shows us why we shouldn't have voted for them in the first place.
Wow. So you don't want to say anything?
Yes, I just play along the rules. Okay, you've introduced e-levy. What can I do to counter it so that my money will be safe?
Okay.
You've done this. What can I do to swerve it? That is.
But do you think there are solutions that we are just not choosing to implement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Of course, there are solutions.
There are solutions.
Why did we study social studies in the first place?
Wow.
The solutions are just there. But as they say, national cake. Also, not a cupcakes.
Yeah, so Alex, you said
There are solutions.
That we are not
We
choosing.
even discussed one of those solutions here. The government is just unwilling because it's too much hard work for them to do.
too much hard work. Yeah.
You know, to get your citizens to be motivated, to believe in being self-reliant,
Yeah.
for us to work together for a common goal. It's too much work for them right now. So the easiest option is, let's do this e-levy, even if it's going to have an adverse effect on the telco economy, which is really sustaining us. So at the end of the day, let's crush businesses down. If you're going to make money, from it and let's keep it moving. They've not solved the problem. The problem is mismanagement of funds.
Yeah.
High expenditure, government expenditure is the reason why we continue to be in debt.
Yeah.
And if they are not willing to cut back on some of the frivolous spending,
give them
that they continue to task the average Ghanaian to sponsor or to pay for, then we are not going anywhere. There's no leadership by example.
Yeah.
There's no selflessness. There's no real, they are so disconnected and tone deaf when it comes to the problems that the average Ghanaian is going through. So if you ask me, I just don't even, I feel like we should just boycott elections and just know that we are on our own.
Yes, because we are.
But at the end of the day, at least we are a bit better. I mean, I'm thinking of the effect it has on the layman. When I say layman,
you and who are a bit better. We are all carrying our own cross.
What about those in the villages? What about those that cannot even read and write?
Well,
the impact on them.
Everybody is feeling it in the same way, but it's a different experience.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that. So what about them? At least we can read and write.
Be worse.
We can actually be worse. We are equipped. At least you can get a job. At least you can get a job there. 1,000 But what about that person that cannot speak English, cannot do nothing? I don't know how that person going to survive in this economy. How?
This economy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then if you're unlucky to find a job that gives you some kind of flexibility, like work from home, so you can take on 2-3 jobs to supplement your income, and then and the expenses keep on rising. If you have kids like I do, there's school fees to worry about, there's food to worry about, there's healthcare to worry about, there's clothing to worry about.
Because everything is increasing.
The baby I get to pencil every day. You have to pencil, eraser, pencil, eraser. The baby I have to pencil.
Yeah,
it's really difficult, and I'm surprised that people are able to be optimistic, and that really shows me the spirit of Ghanaians. And I'm so proud of Ghanaians, and I'm so proud to be a Ghanaian because I see that no matter how hard it is, we are determined to overcome. We are determined to make the best out of the situation. And I just want to encourage us. I know it's hard, but we should keep the spirits up because, it can. Honestly, I believe that it will get better. But we need to change as a people.
We know it's tough. We know it's hard out there, but we can do better if we have hope and we are optimistic. I don't know what we are praying for, but that's the only way we can survive. So let's go for a quick break. Let DJ Wallpaper do his thing. When we come back, I'll read some of the comments you've dropped in.
Your makeup is so nice.
Yami ya yeti wombo no se. Aba, you the wombo me. Yami yede. As I'm sure na me sakin. Onya yami na waya. Gana fu wonka. Hey. Adamani na do na bengi. Onya yami na waya. Gana fu wonka. Hey. And I met that's your mother body we are. What a video for Sunday Mumu na do Morocco nare. And I met that's your mother body we are. What a video for Sunday Mumu na do Morocco.
And welcome back to the dish. We are having so much fun in the studio thanks to DJ Wallpaper. So before we get into our next story, let me read some of your comments here. And somebody is asking for Riva, oh, she's a bit under the weather, but she will join us shortly.
She has gone to see her boyfriend.
Oh, please. So I have this one here from Benjamin inside Cape Coast. Oh, he's requesting a song. I'm sorry, we will do that later for you. And this one is from one guy was talking about Alex, what you're saying, and he supports what you're saying. Okay. So Dorothy. Sorry. Okay, so I have this one here, and he's saying that the inflation on the economy, I don't even know what to say. As for Nigeria, it's even worse. We've been on strike getting to 4 months now because government cannot pay the universities their money. Wow. And wow. And somebody is saying that, this one is from Philip. He's saying the impact of inflation is really knocking us seriously. The price of everything is high now. People are losing their jobs, and there are a lot of commodities that 99.9% of the citizens can't afford. And also, he said there are solutions to this problem, but we, the citizens, are not putting up any effort to change the system. Is that true?
Yeah, because we don't hold our leaders accountable enough.
And he says the government thinks we are okay with anything they come up with. This is why we have that competition ego, die-hard fan of some parties who reason before voting, and respectful of how negative the ideas of the leaders are. Wow, he was like a whole paragraph. He was like, I don't know, what can I come? And this one here is from Decor. He said he's watching live from Wow. Today, my favorite girl of the show is the host and enjoy. Oh, thank you so much. I'm trying. And we have this one from Kwabena Syrup. He said he's watching live from Nungwa C5. Okay, nice. So please keep your messages coming in. I'll do well to read them right here on the show. So now let's move on to our next story, and it's on our sister Kim.
Yes. So
it's on social media's impact on future generations. So we all know about Kim Kardashian's highly publicized sex tape scandal, but unfortunately it looks like it's still haunting her. And the mother of four shared that her son, who is 6 years old, Saint, was playing on an iPad, and the ad of her famous Ray J sex tape popped up. Fortunately, he's too young to understand, but she mentioned how devastated she was by the incident and dreading telling her children the truth eventually. Wow. So my question is, in the world of the internet, where things don't disappear, do we acknowledge the impact on our potential children?
I think no. People are, not everyone, but most of us are very short-sighted these days. We're thinking of how we are feeling now. Oh, let me just do it for the cloud. Let me enjoy everything that will come with it. You will get the numbers now, but tomorrow you are going to regret it. Yeah. Like moving outside of Kim K's thing, little mistakes that we make on the internet, unless you know by yourself that you are actually okay and you're ready to deal with it. But I think most of the time people just do it for doing sake, and in a few years to come they'll regret these things. They don't really sit down and have proper thoughts about it.
Yeah, Alex?
I feel bad for her. I mean, I really do, and I can't even begin to imagine myself in a similar situation where my child would have to see me in an uncomfortable situation like that. It must be very scary. And I don't judge her at all for it. She was in love with this guy.
Yeah, she was in love with
She
this
did what
guy.
she did. By the grace of God, she was able to make something out of that awful experience, which I commend her for. But I also think that, I mean, outside of the sex tape, she hasn't done much on her own to clean up that connection of that past with her
Really?
current personality.
She hasn't.
Kim is always half naked. It's only recently that I don't know whether it's
Oh,
a
but what
Balenciaga.
about the other things she's been doing as a lawyer, helping people
Well,
in jail,
unfortunately,
prisons, and all
negative
that?
news spreads faster. So what we associate her with is pictures in a hot tub, wearing a bikini.
Superficial
But that's their culture.
representation.
It's not their culture.
That's their culture. They do summer vibes and summer bodies.
This is her. I mean, I'm just saying that if you really want that to not be the thing that people associate with you, she needs to do a bit more to clean up that image of herself.
Okay.
You know, we have seen her in a lot of very skimpy outfits
Yeah,
post
I know.
the sex tape, and that doesn't help to register in people's minds that you are more than just a bombshell. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if this is something that she's truly invested in for the sake of her children, she needs to make more of an effort than she's made in the past year. She's already a billionaire now. She can cover up.
She can cover up.
She can cover up.
DJ Wallpaper, what about those doing the pono pono? What about those people who work in the sex industry? Eh?
If you build a 6-story building on bad foundation, it would break. So far as you've engaged yourself in those things in the past, even if you save the world, someone will bring it up.
Yeah.
Your children will see it. Your friends will see it. You can't hide it. So just don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just,
So let's say no. Mine is so let's play this out. You are whatever, an actor, or you're an adult creative whatever, content creator. How are you going to tell your child that I'm the one doing this action you are seeing? How are you going to break that? I mean, that's your job, but I mean, your children will grow. So if you are somebody like that, how do you break that news to your child?
Why would you have a child if you are doing adult content?
What do you mean?
just don't tell the children.
They don't have the right to
Yeah.
procreate.
But I mean, they'll
Don't
grow
do
up
that.
and they will see it.
You can't
So it's
keep-
better you tell them all.
Oh no, when they grow up and they see, you can explain that's not your own. but
I don't think all of them is on here. They want to do it. They enjoy doing
That's
it.
what they want to do.
Some of them, that's their career.
Someone that's facing poverty just wants to eat. And if you want to eat, adult content is like the next 10 steps. When you are doing that, it's because of your desire, and maybe if it's money related, and you want like huge money.
I mean, really. When you look at it looks like it's very painful. Like it doesn't look like they enjoy what
I
they
watched
do.
a documentary. One lady was describing the whole process to shoot one adult content.
Bra or bre?
Yes, one a body fitting.
Hey.
So you have to be on certain diet. You have to go and measure if things fit with things.
Wow.
It takes like 3 months to prepare for that short thing we watch.
Hey.
I'm like,
And that short thing they retake. This angle. That angle.
Yeah, so how do you
bro.
enjoy
yeah, like
it?
they want this expression. They want you to make it feel this way. They want people to think you are this.
Yeah, you are feeling this, but you're not feeling that.
From the screaming and the person
It's lying. The person is faking. I know, right?
Don't ask me how I know.
Okay, so with this one, let's pretend you're Kim. How are you going to tell your kids?
I mean,
But
that
they'll
is
grow
not
up.
for mama. It's not
They'll
me.
grow up and they will see
It
it.
is not. It is not.
Like
I
the way
would
it popped
deny
up.
it and take it to my grave.
You would deny
I
it.
would deny it and take it to my grave.
You should
There
know
is
Alex
no
would
way
deny
I'm
it.
owning up to something
They are
like this
friends
to
with
my
the
child.
point.
Even if it's in his face, you would tell things inside.
By that time, cloning would be a very common thing. This was a clone. I didn't identify with who that person is.
You
who
would
she was. It's not me.
It's not you.
Not
me.
Not me.
You? Would you say it? Would you tell them?
So
Would you ever say it?
the way I would want to raise my kids, I think I would say
At
it.
what point? At what stage in their lives?
Or they need to be able to understand. But maybe I would prep them. So from before they turn 10, I'll start telling them that there's something I'm going to tell
10?
you. I'm going to tell you something when you can understand it. And eventually, as a teenager, then I'll say them, remember what I've been telling you? This and this is it. Because eventually, they'll go to school. Their friends will see it and tell them.
Not my mother.
So you keep denying. But you will tell them when they are like teenagers.
I think, yes.
Wow.
I would want to be that, in that kind of space with my kids.
Yeah, so you actually will tell them the truth. And what if you have that rebellious kid, the one that will not
Those
forgive
back
you?
in your
Yes. The ones that will not forgive you for it.
But that's why they
because they will tell you're making their life a living hell because of what you did. They can't do this, they can't do that. How would you feel?
I would still give that child love and hope and teach them to not make the same mistake that I've made.
Okay.
But most of the time, you'd have that one child.
Yes.
That one child.
And that one would be your favorite tool.
Yeah.
Ow.
But what would you do?
DJ Wallpaper, would you tell your kid?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you.
That
one thing about lying is you have to keep covering it up.
Yes.
You tell him that.
You see, children, the moment you reveal weakness, but the honor, they will mine it like they're mining gold.
Wow.
So look, honestly, when I was younger, I didn't understand why my mom kept some things from me. Now that I'm older, I appreciate it because children need to have something to look up to. So when they're older, in terms of when they're adults and they can appreciate what it takes to do something like that to earn a living, or to express yourself or to find yourself, then I will have that conversation with them. But until they form their own character and build a strong foundation based on principles, I will not confuse them with all of that, because once you show them that they can do this and overcome it, you never know how that's going to influence them. And that's what I'm afraid of, because when I was young, I was very impressionable. But in my mind, my mother was perfect, and to date, my mom is still perfect. So I have to find a way to be perfect like my mother. That is the thing that drives me in life right now, and I don't want my children to, it's a huge responsibility on parents, but it is worth trying for them to have your best foot forward with your kids. There are so many things I don't want my child to see. Like, if I'm wearing something short and I'm going out, I'll carry my child to my grandmother, I want it to be all about me this evening. Then I go, I know I'm living my life independent. But when my child is there, I try very hard for him to understand that I'm his mother. And I should be an example of what his future wife should be, or what his, like, I want to be a healthy example of what a female should be like to him. So this is not something that I will share with him when he's young, because he won't appreciate why I'm sharing it with him. But when he's old enough in his 20s, he's going to invest in, he can understand that the world is a struggle and people make mistakes, and he can appreciate why I made the choices I made. Then I'll have that open conversation with him. But
I think for me, I would wait a bit, and but I'll tell him when I know mentally or psychologically I'm ready to accept his reaction or her reaction, because like you say, as you're saying, you don't know how they're going to take it. You might explain yourself, say so many things, they still have a way they will pick it.
Mom,
and
I hate you.
Yes, I hate you, I don't want to talk to you.
They accuse you of making life difficult for them.
You know, you know. So DJ Wallpaper.
So I go fit to marry your daughter today, Auntie Mata. You know the end of my daddy, I just wanna marry your daughter today, Auntie Mata. I think you know me, I go here, so I go fit to marry your daughter today. Cause the first time I saw your daughter's face, I knew that I had found that sweet embrace. In her eyes, I realized that I'm alive to make her mine. Nobody gonna take your daughter's place, as long as she is mine, her heart is safe. I no go lie, I need a reason fine boy, no they talk chow. Who need me send me girlfriend to come in, me say will you bully, abra, with them in cow. Into your bar mercy. Who KOD DNA upon Chiani music. To be a mammy from who you beautiful bully. Going for a show.
Okay. Let's go. Give me. Hey. Thank you so much. I mean, you're still watching The Dish right here at MX24. We are live coming to you from East Legon. And before we get moving, I want to say, read this thing out. This is from Justice, and he's watching live from Dansuman, and he wants us to wish his daughter Evelyn Amu a happy birthday in advance. It's tomorrow, so please, girls,
Happy
happy birthday, Evelyn. We love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
All the best.
Okay, so before we wrap up, I mean, my last question, or my last but one question. So, we knowing that the internet is here to stay, do we need to be cautious and careful of the things that we post? It looks like people are still living in that YOLO moment to live once, and they're doing so many things.
Listen, once you can go to bed at night.
But once you can go back to, would you tell her daughter, I can go to bed at night, so I'm okay. Whatever impact it's having on whoever that is close to you.
So that means you knew these things and you didn't want to be cautious of them. So with the internet, yes, we have to be cautious. But then again, because of YOLO, but we forget that same YOLO, you only live once, means that when you make the mistake, it's done. How do you correct it?
Yeah, because right now, it's
your
like
kids will come and see it.
The internet never forgets.
But like she said, if you know you can sleep at night, dear, it's you and your family's problem.
Do you? Isn't that what we've been preaching?
It was do you. Be
your authentic
even when you have
self.
kids or you have people looking at you,
I mean, I care about those things. I'm not going to lie. I really care about them. I really, at the back of my mind, I always, I try to balance it out. A bit of me and a bit of understanding of the culture and the society that we're living in. And I honestly think that striving for that balance is the best way to go. You can't experience total freedom without a bit of responsibility. And you can't be too responsible with a bit of freedom. So I think the best advice I'll give to anybody is just try to find the balance between these two things. They can't exist without each other. You need them to live in this life. A bit of freedom and a bit of responsibility. So live wisely, not just because of your children, but at the end of the day, you yourself as a person, how do these things make you feel? And it's not just a conversation about sexual immorality, but even with your integrity, even with your honesty, even with the way you do your work, even with the importance you attach to things that you are responsible for. How is your attitude impacted by all those things? Sexual immorality is one thing, but it's not the only thing, and it's a small fraction of the bigger conversation. How do you show up in all these different circumstances as an honest person? Because ultimately, that's the goal. So put that at the back of your mind.
Well, Papa, do you have anything to say in any of the stories that we shared? Your final words in any of the stories?
The first story about academia and entertainment. Since the beginning, entertainment has always had a bigger domain than academia. Entertainment feeds on fame, publicity. Academics, there, Charlie. Oh yeah, there is between you and your family members. They buy you because you anime clap for you. On to the next class. You can't say that Professor Lute was much more known than Daddy Lumba. No matter what you do, there is a bigger domain ahead of you. So entertainment will always be ahead of academia. The only time academia becomes entertainment is when it's a competition. That's why we see science and math schools, everybody is watching. But after that, we don't follow the contestants to their various schools and go and know what is happening there. We don't care.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we are done. The entertainment part of academics is done. Intercore, that's when we all go. Hey, we go and shout schools. After that, we don't follow you with your school buses to your school. Academics is academics. It doesn't feed on publicity. We should keep it as such. My dear, fine. Otunyuma, fine. At the end of the day, we'll all make our money and go forward.
Thank you, Bridget.
Okay, so last words. Like you said, wherever you find yourself, academia, entertainment, just be content. Know that you are being seen in your field, and per choices in life, whether or not you regret it, think through it. If it works for you, fine. But just know that everything has a repercussion. As for inflation, there, we are inside.
Alex, what do you have to say? Final words.
He said your manner.
Your manner,
we need it.
Why isn't?
Chroma isn't. I'm telling you, chroma is. But we encourage ourselves. Obey ye.
Okay. And my final words will be on the Kim K situation. Please, my dear, if you don't want to say it, that is fine. But if you want to tell your kids, please let them hear from you first. Be the one to break the news to them and say it and be as, how do I say? As open and as blunt as possible. Don't sugarcoat anything. Where is Uboni Achua? When you were doing the balling and bombing, your children were not there. So if they are suffering the consequences, the least you can do for them is actually tell them the truth. however they feel, just pray to God that wherever they go, whatever anger that is in them, God will find a way to remove it. But at least it's better telling them the truth yourself than having somebody else tell them. So we've come to the end of today's show. It's been amazing. I was nervous when we started, but I had Alex, I had Bridget, I have DJ Wallpaper to help me. And thank you so much if you contributed today. If you sent your comments, I couldn't read anything. But I'm sorry. We'll read it next time when we come on the show. DJ Wallpaper, take it away. Good night. We love you.